Hello. Today I want to talk to you about something that I see so often, so widespread, and a subject that we don't typically like to talk about. It's about the willingness to let go and the ability to trust. I've seen many leaders, many managers, and this is something that has always baffled me. Why don't managers let go? Why don't they actually truly grow beyond what they used to do earlier? Why do they almost border on micromanagement, their titles and compensation notwithstanding? Why is it that they are unable to trust their teams? Why is it that they have an ear which picks up tails or encourages receiving tails? And what does it do to finally the kind of a culture that the team has? What does it do to reputation of leaders and managers? I think this is something which is always sensitive to talk about, but I want to raise that issue so that many of us can reflect, many of us can think forward and see whether we could actually make ourselves and our organizations and the workplace a more encouraging and a more inspiring one. One of the big reasons that I think that people don't want to let go is the belief that I can do it better than anyone else who is doing the job. Now, this is an assumption. It is a myth. Because when you grow in your career, in your hierarchy, there is someone who possibly can do your job better and smarter, possibly different than what you did. But you've got to allow that person. You've got to, of course, pick with care. You've got to get the right talent in, but you've got to give people that space. And also the permission to fail and to seek forgiveness rather than seek permission. I think it's a very important leadership requirement. If you don't do that, you're not likely to be a manager who is going to get the best of talent wanting to work for you. The second is about letting go and trusting. Why don't you trust? What is the worst that can happen? At the end of the day, leadership is about taking ownership for every act of omission and commission. But it's not about doing everything oneself. And that is how you build stature. That is how you decide what to review, the frequency of review, and not do a job which is 2 levels lower. It then allows people to feel trusted, valued. How often do we compliment? How often do we actually receive failures and say, it's okay, what did we learn out of it? What was your learning moment through all of this? Rather than say, who screwed up? And I think these are typical traps that managers fall into. Third is we encourage people to carry tales. And tales can be fabricated, they can be edited, they can be customized to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not blaming only people who carry tales. I'm blaming people like us who are managers and leaders, because at the end of the day, we get told things that we want to listen. And people are smart. They feed us with what we want to listen. And in that process, not only do we develop a jaundiced ear and a jaundiced eye, we do not make the most balanced talent calls. And therefore, if you don't make the right talent calls, you're back to actually overly doing things yourself and micromanaging. So it's a great fusion of trust, of letting go, not micromanaging, and in the process, truly growing as a leader, growing into someone that you truly want to be. Now, it's up to you to decide, do you find people familiar in the story? Do you think the teams that work for you would have you as a possible person in mind? What would you do differently? You don't need anyone's permission to stop doing a lot of what you do. You need your own permission and your own belief. Try it today. Try from today to be different. And people will surprise you very positively. Let me know how this worked for you. All the very best. Good luck.